Today I'm going to go through 5 tips and tricks that you can use on your iPhone that could be quite useful, but you may not know about them. So tip number 1, a lot of people get motion sickness when a passenger in a vehicle. This is exacerbated by the fact that you are looking down at your phone. Your eyes don't track the motion, but your body still feels it. Apple have come up with a solution for this, and it's built into accessibilities. It's under motion cues, and it basically puts some dots on the screen of your iPhone that correspond with the movement. They react to the motion. I'm going to show you how to activate them. So to activate the motion cues, go into settings, go down to accessibility, and then you can see motion. Click on there. Now it says show vehicle motion cues. They're off. If I put them on, you can see these dots appear on the sides of the phone. They correspond with movement, so your eyes, even subconsciously, they're tracking the motion on the phone, and because it corresponds with a vehicle's movement, it dramatically reduces motion sickness. We'll click them off, and then if you go to Control Center, you'll notice an icon will appear. This happens after you first initiate the motion cue, and then you can just see they're off, on, and automatically in a vehicle, so that'll just detect vehicle motion and just initiate the vehicle cues on screen. Tip number 2, if your eyesight's not great and you don't always need glasses, but sometimes you'll come across some smaller writing on the screen that you can't actually see, there's a way you can activate zoom on the phone by just tapping 3 fingers on the screen, and you can then move the screen around so you can read. This is also in accessibility, and I'm going to show you how to activate that now. For the screen zoom, again, settings, go to accessibility, see that zoom, my zoom is already on. You can then come back out, tap 3 fingers. Now obviously this is a list. This is not going to move left to right because everything you need is in the screen. But on a website or on something that's bigger than this list, because it's zoomed in, it will go bigger than the screen. You can move left to right as well with 2 fingers, and then to get out of it you just tap 3 fingers again. Tip number 3, did you know in notes that you could just point your camera at text and it will highlight the text? You can then insert it into your note. And you see we've got a clean note here. If you go to the paperclip, you'll see you get a list here. Now you can scan the text and it will come up with insert. Obviously the camera's facing a black backdrop, so you can't see anything. But once it does see the text, it will highlight it in this screen and then give you an option to insert. Tip number 4, you can also copy text from a photo. So for copying text from a photo, this is just a photo. It actually looks like a screenshot. It's a description of a video light that I was looking at. Now this text in here, and as you can see, it's not particularly clear, has a fuzzy outline, but it will still copy it. So if you long press on video or wherever, you can see it then highlights the text and gives you an option to copy. You can actually select all the text, and as you can see, it selected it all. But if you want to select some of the text, not all, long press, and then you can pull the cursor across and it will just show you then what's highlighted. You then click copy and you can paste it anywhere you want. Tip number 5, when editing lists such as emails, texts, and maybe lists of notes, instead of going to the edit button and clicking each note individually that you want to delete, did you know just swiping 2 fingers down the list selects every note? So for the bulk edit, normally you would go to select and click them individually. Instead of doing that, you can just swipe down 2 fingers like that, and you can unselect them by swiping back up. And that applies to notes, texts, anything that's in a list form that you can edit, it will do that. It's just much quicker than doing it individually. Hope you find these tips helpful and drop a comment below with the ones you already knew about.